Good morning. Happy Martin Luther King Day. It's January 18th, 2016. This is week 3 of the vocal topic of the week for 2016. I'm doing a video each week so that we can unify a topic of the studio so all the students can talk about it with their instructors, so we all have a sort of common thing that we're focused on each week. So this week it's muscle memory. Muscle memory is critical to understanding how to build your voice and build your technique and go from point A to point B with your sound. When you have a discovery in your lesson, it's critical for you to be able to go take whatever that discovery is, take it home, practice it, and be able to come back next week with it learned so that you don't have to concentrate as hard on doing whatever that thing is the next week. So how do you do that? Well, to do that, I just want to have you understand a little bit of the anatomy of muscle memory. It's really important to understand sort of how this all works so that you don't get mad at your body for doing what it's used to doing, because that's all that muscle memory really is. Okay, so here's how it works. Brain, we have ideas, they create electrical impulses, they travel through neurons on a neural network. It's kind of like jumper cables connecting our brain to parts of our body. And whenever we have a thought that tells a muscle or tells a part of our body to do something, that impulse, it travels through this neural network. And as it does it again and again, and it travels and keeps going, what happens is it actually changes that neural network. In the beginning, the first time it fires, it's kind of like a floppy cable connecting your brain to the muscle. And as it keeps firing down that pathway, it's called the myelin sheath that's on the outside of the neural network, outside of the jumper cables. That sheath hardens, and it hardens the more times you fire that electrical impulse to the muscle. It hardens, and the harder that gets, the faster the impulse fires, and the less concentration it takes for you to execute whatever that muscular activity is. So keep that in mind. You're hardwiring, that's what muscle memory is. You're hardwiring into your body a fast pathway that you don't have to think about when you're executing anything. And that goes for anything: shooting a basketball, playing piano, hitting a golf ball straight. Boy, talk about muscle memory. It's all the same concept, okay? So now understand this about muscle memory. The trick, and this is the trick, and I'm telling you it's the trick. Slow down. You've got to slow it down. Let's say I have this, we're going to work on this later. This is one of my exercises on teaching runs. Excuse me. And you're moving your jaw. To get to be able to do that fast. To be able to do that so it actually gives an articulation takes a lot of time and practice. And everybody wants to do it fast right away. You're not going to get it fast right away if that's not built into your body already. So you have to slow down and get that activity slow, and then gradually speed it up, and do it as slow as you need to not make a mistake. Because remember, this hardwiring, it works for you and against you. If you are practicing something that's a mistake, you keep going for a high note and you keep messing it up and you keep unsupporting it, then you get frustrated and you do it again, you get frustrated, you do it again, and you do it again. Each time that you drill that incorrectly, you've created that as a habit. You've started to hardwire that in as a habit. So you've got to really train yourself when you're practicing to step away. When it doesn't feel the way that it felt in the lesson that you're trying to reinforce at home, step away, back away. You can listen back to your voice lesson. A lot of times that's where listening to a voice lesson can be helpful. If you have a discovery in the lesson, I'll usually try to ask you right away, okay, what did that feel like? I didn't ask you how you think it sounded. I don't care about how you think it sounded. I care about how you think it felt, because you've got to be able to recreate how it felt each week and memorize that. Like, how did it feel? Well, interesting. It felt like, compared to the normal way I sing, it felt like I was adding more energy. I was contracting more than normal, or I felt like I was opening my mouth wider than normal, or all of those observations you have about how it felt are going to help you reinforce the muscle memory later on. So when you get home and you're practicing and you say, oh, that didn't quite feel right. Well, what's different? Let me think back. Let me listen to my lesson. And you go back and listen to your lesson. You're like, oh my gosh, it sounds like my mouth. Oh, he said open my mouth wide. Okay, that's what I'm not doing. So you do whatever it is you need to get back to building the the muscle memory the way that it was from the voice lesson, because that's the game. Your goal as a student is try to make me not repeat myself next week. If you come in, if I've said, I need you to work on your run in this passage, you're not opening enough here, you're a little under pitch, you got to support here, work on, give me a little better onset there, and and I've given you a laundry list of things to work on. Your goal is to come in next week and sing the song and have it not trigger those same thoughts in my head. So that if I go through and I don't say those things again, if they don't even pop in my head when we do the run, that's when you did a good job. Because that means my mind wasn't distracted or pulled out of your vocal moment by whatever you did on that part. So anyway, muscle memory. That's our key. Talk about it with myself or with your instructor you're working with this week. It's the key to what we're about to do next. Slow it down, slow down, slow down. Slow it down and then slow it down even more until you get it. It's all about getting it. And speed it up. Don't make mistakes as you're building the muscle memory. It's always better to go slower. Okay? Thanks. Enjoy this sunny but cold day and celebrate Martin Luther King Day. Beautiful man. Okay? Have a great day.